thinking, how do they think they own us? They do. They think, because they want property. We're not people. We're not human beings to a narcissist. We're fucking property. We're a toy. We're a shiny little toy that they just get to play with and manipulate and control. They're the ones who put the batteries in. They're the ones who get to turn it off and on. They're the ones who get to throw it, break it. Okay? And they get to watch it broken on the floor because they know they're the ones who threw it. But if that toy gets up and gets fixed by someone else, someone starts to care for it, they get really pissed. They don't like that. I meet up with friends all the time up here. Aw, do you ever come to Canada? That's where I live. People say that they can kick rocks. Survivors know it best. People that say they can kick rocks. Survivors know exactly. 100%. In their mind, do they feel if... Mister? There's power in sharing their testimonies. There's power in sharing our testimonies, absolutely. And there's two things that happen when we share. It happens both ways. When I share my stories, I heal. Because I get to let it out and I don't no longer let it stay and bubbled up inside me, holding this power over me. I no longer have to hold on to it and keep it inside and no one gets to hear it. And then it just becomes this like suffer in silence, like it just dies with me. When I share it, I heal. When people hear it, they hear it and they feel like they're not alone because they might have been through something, the exact same thing, or super similar to me. So it helps both. Sharing is healing, 100%. Yes, it sure is. We tried recording. Very toxic. Definitely toxic relationship. He cheated on me and by texting lots of girls. Well, narcissists love their supply and they just make sure that there's a whole bunch around. So they do that. My ex used to do that all the time. Thank you for the follow, Rubberhead. I might miss comments just because they come in so fast. No contact didn't work for my situation, but I've learned it's better this way now. Sometimes no contact doesn't work until it does. It didn't work for me for a year and a half. And then it did. And it's probably the best thing I've ever had, like the best thing that I've ever been able to achieve in this healing process was no contact. Doesn't work for everyone. Doesn't work for everyone. But if something that you really want, if it's something that you really want to achieve and work towards, you can do it. Because you're so beautiful. You followed me because I'm so beautiful. Well, thank you. Mine used to say he didn't like when I told people I just wanted people to baby me. Well, think about that for a second. Did you want people to baby you? First of all, did he put words in your mouth? Did he put a thought in your head? Did they infect you with a thought? Because did you want people to baby you? Or is that just something he didn't want? Because then that means that they're babying you or paying attention to you and not them. They only want people to pay attention to them. They never want people to pay attention to you. Your sharing has helped me. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate that. Good evening. What's up, Pop? I wish I would have seen more of this Narc Talk content before things got bad. I know, but to be honest, if I'm being really honest, I wish that too. I wish I would have known about this like 2-3 years ago when I was still in it. But really, we find this stuff out and we learn about this stuff when we're supposed to. I truly believe that. We leave the relationship when we were meant to. We meet the people we were supposed to meet when we're meant to. We learn about narcissism when we're meant to. We understand our own abuse when we're meant to. It is one of those things that, yeah, okay, great. It should be taught before dating, but sometimes you have to go through this in order for you to learn for the future. And maybe it sucks because you're so much older than you would have wanted. Like sometimes I look back at my ex and think, oh, he stole the best years of my life. He really did. I wish he didn't. And I wish I could have moved forward here and moved forward there and started doing this and started doing that. And I missed out on so much because I was stuck in this toxic relationship. But how was I supposed to know? Like I would have never known. And then I could have gone through my life just in an unhappy relationship, maybe not toxic, maybe not unhealthy, but just unhappy, like people do, because a lot of people do that too. And then not seen or noticed red flags in somebody that was potentially a narcissist or was potentially out to, use me for supply, use me to abuse me, and then been in a lifelong relationship with someone that I was never educated about, and then I die with this person. Like that happens too. I agree with you, but I feel stupid that I trusted and didn't see it and was afraid to set boundaries. Never feel stupid. Never, ever, 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 ever blame yourself for doing the things you did that you needed to do to survive. Never do that. And never blame yourself for being brainwashed by someone. You were literally brainwashed by someone. That's not your fault at all. It's a reverse diamond. You see the shiny before the hardened coal. Yeah, you do, because that's the first thing they show you is the shiny. Felt the same way, but you have to learn to forgive yourself. Yes, tell her. You have to forgive yourself. It starts with forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself first. Then you start to begin to have self-love, unshakable self-love. Love yourself first. Then you can start moving forward. Appreciate the thoughts. What are the reasons why narcissists will discard you and not contact you for weeks? Because they no longer get what they need from you. That is the reason why. A narcissist gets what they need from you. They're not in love with you. They're in love with wanting something from you. They're in love with whatever they get from you, whatever their supply is. If they are a dopamine addict, if their fix is getting a thrill, a rush, they get that from you. It increases their dopamine, they get that. If they no longer get that, so, take it as a compliment when a narcissist discards you, because as soon as a narcissist discards you, there's a really good chance it's because you're not giving them what they want, because you've stood up for yourself and you've stepped up and said, I'm not putting up with this, that you're aware of their manipulation. You start to become like your eyes get opened up to the lies and the deception and all of the shit that they're doing, and you no longer put up with it. And maybe you don't confront them, maybe you don't straight up leave them, but you start taking your power back and you start showing them that you are in control of your own life and they are no longer in control of you. They don't like that. They get bored of that. They start to devalue you and discard you because you're not giving them what they want. You're no longer this weak, vulnerable, sad little person that's just going to do everything and please them in every way. You're like, no, you know what? Something's not right here. I don't like this. And you start sticking up for yourself. When they do that, that's when they don't talk to you. That's when they start discarding you because you don't give them what they want. They'll move on to the next victim, or they'll try to manipulate you by doing nice things for you to try to get you back. And if that doesn't work, you're discarded. Take that as a blessing. Listen to what she's saying. It's absolutely correct. Life in Truth 3. Is this my new friend? How's it going? I feel like, yes, you're a new person in my account, right? Yeah, okay, now we're friends. I've seen a lot of your comments, and I really appreciate your support and just your presence on my page. I really like that. It's like coming out of prison. Nothing is the same. Anxiety, depression, isolation, memory loss. All of that. True. All of it is true. I stopped giving him what he wanted, and now it's been weeks since I've heard from him. Firm on divorce. Do it. 100%, and don't look back. Stay firm. Every time you make a huge decision, getting divorced is a huge decision. I know this. I was married. I was with my ex for 14 years. We were married 7 years, and it took me 2 years to get out of the relationship because I realized this is not for me. Like, I'm not happy. And yeah, it is tough to do, but you have to keep reminding yourself why you did it. It is not easy to get a divorce. It is not. And it's going to be a long haul, but you just have to take one step at a time, like climbing stairs. You take one step at a time. You figure out the living situation. You figure out what you're going to do with kids. You figure out this. Get a financial disclosure. Get a separation agreement. Move through the lawyers. Get the court system. Do litigation. Get the divorce. Like, do all those things one step at a time. Don't think about what's going to happen in a year. Think about one step at a time. You can get through it. Mine left and took everything in the apartment because I stood up for myself after the disrespect. The audacity to stand up for yourself, right? A narcissist is like that. Like, how dare you disrespect me? by calling me out on my disrespect for you. It's just, what? It's just crazy, Mick. Yours is a lawyer. Oh gosh, your narcissist is a lawyer. Well, there's a lot of lawyers out there, and you can find one that isn't a narcissist, hopefully. Getting the courage to walk away is the hardest, but run. Don't walk. Run away. That is right. Run the fuck away. Say goodbye.